just can't believe it.
You've said that 6 times so far.
No, I know. I just can't shake this feeling.
What feeling? That this whole thing's a hoax and your best friend Daniel J. Summers just couldn't kill himself?
Okay. I just can't be here anymore. Not with everyone, not with his parents. So let's go.
No, Alex. You brought me here to a funeral for someone I don't know. Just to scope things out, and now you want me to just up and leave? Do you know how disrespectful that is? Listen, the police already released a report saying it was a suicide. So it's over. It's done, Alex. Listen. I get whatever games you're playing in your head or your way of coping, but I mean, look where we are. People are mourning, and this just definitely isn't the right time to be spying on them.
I'm not spying on them.
Then why'd you take pictures of them, Alex?
Listen, I just don't understand that Daniel would not have done this. Somebody set him up. Alright, I'll just get started then. I'm Alex Schreiner and this is Mason Morris, and I'm filming this to document our investigation into the real cause of Daniel Summers' death.
Okay, but it was a suicide, Alex. I mean, he killed himself.
Well, that's what we're here to investigate, Mason. Anyway, Daniel and I used to be really good friends, and I wish that we hadn't drifted apart, but he wouldn't have killed himself. I know him, or at least I knew him.
Okay, well, I don't know him at all. Actually, I have no connection to him. I'm actually just here being a good Samaritan, trying to help out a friend who constantly drives me into situations I should not be involved in.
Anyway, we don't have a lot of evidence so far.
Try none.
But we're going to interview Daniel's friends and family to hopefully uncover some information that way. As of right now, everyone is a suspect.
That was so dramatic, Alex. Essentially what she's saying is we're going to be looking into an essentially closed case.
Whatever. Just follow the series if you care even a little bit about justice for Daniel. And watch carefully. Alright, this is our current list of people we're going to interview. Victoria Beck, destined to be second to Daniel. Jason Palmer, a straight-up druggie stereotype. Fiona Williams, naive, innocent, idolized Daniel, edits the school newspaper. Jessica Kwan, bitter, overworked AP student, the school's newspaper editor. Samantha Hale, Daniel's best friend, pretty much a carbon copy of him. Gail Gardner, daughter of the police chief, type A, robotic in nature. Kamala Khan, family friend of Daniel's, nice, but a little bit boring.
I can't believe you left out Professor Plum and Colonel Mustard.
Shut up, Mason. Today, we start with Victoria.
Hi, come on in.
Okay. By the way, Victoria, this is my friend Mason.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Mason.
Victoria, what's this about again? Something about Daniel?
Meet Victoria Beck, the vice president of our class. When we saw her at the funeral, she seemed a little standoffish. We just wanted to ask you. The lens cap, Mason.
Sorry. My bad.
Well, I don't know how helpful I'll be. I'm pretty sure he hated my guts.
Why would you say that?
I mean, ever since we met in 2nd grade, he would always try to one-up me on everything. He always scored 1 point higher than me on every test, and he beat me for homecoming court and the lead in the school play. Even though he's 6 feet under, I bet people would still vote for him for class president over me.
So you were rivals?
More like enemies.
And, would you ever do anything to get back at him, or do anything to hurt him? Like, would you ever...
Seriously, that's too far, Alex. Come on.
I'll never forget the last thing he said to me. Hey, Daniel.
Hey, just wanted to say sorry you didn't win class president.
Oh, thanks.
You know, it's so cute you thought you could beat me.
Sounds like your Prince Charming wasn't so charming after all.
Do you want me to look at you or the...
Oh, no, at me, please.
Awesome, got it. Okay, awesome.
This is Jason Palmer. According to his Instagram bio, he loves Jesus, shooting hoops, and smoking pot.
Yeah, me and Danny used to hang out a lot.
He means get really high together.
He was real messed up, dude.
What do you mean?
I mean, he went to a dark place.
Wow. Sounds like he could have been depressed or suicidal.
Well, when you say that when you get high, you also go to a dark place sometimes. I mean, that's pretty common, isn't it?
Not really, dude.
Okay, well, could you tell us where he got his weed from? Maybe his dealer might have some more information about him.
Nah, dude, he just always seemed to have it.
Well, thank you so much for letting us interview,
No
man.
problem, dude. Yeah, I loved it. You come back here. I got some stuff for you, man. I think you'd like it.
God, so where next?
We need to find the dealer. And I think I know who to ask, actually.
Okay. Wow, these photos are amazing, Ruby.
Thanks.
Have you always been a photographer?
Yeah. Ever since my mom got me one of those disposable cameras when I was 5.
Meet Ruby Diaz. We were in the same photography class in middle school, and I've never met anyone more passionate than her. Which means to say her photojournalism usually turns into stalking.
Daniel's just such an enigma. You'd think that because we've been neighbors since we were born, we'd know everything about each other. But every single day I got new information about the town's pretty boy. At least I did. Until...
Well, is there anything you can tell us about Daniel that nobody else would know?
You mean things that he didn't want you to know? So, what do you want? I got him sneaking out, arriving home unethically late, smoking, almost cheating on his girlfriend, who TP'd his house and why.
We need to know where Daniel got his weed.
Easy. So, him and this guy who goes to the community college down the road had a deal. So, basically, he would give him enough weed to keep the high school circuits rolling in exchange for some of the pay. But Daniel wasn't really good at circulating the weed. Instead, he just smoked it all himself.
Daniel was a drug mule.
Hey, no, that's okay. Maybe he's involved in the murder somehow. Like he got upset with Daniel for not getting his cut.
Well, I did see the two of them get into a fight the day before his body was found. You want to see the tape?
Yes! Yes!
Wait, how do you have a tape of that?
Oh. Well, I was out of town, and whenever I leave out of town, I always set up that camera over there, just to make sure I don't miss anything. I've been through this day hundreds of times in the past month. I took an online class on lip reading. My camera doesn't really record sound, but I'll do my best to interpret what they're saying. What are you doing here?
You lied to me, bro, Chacho. You owe me big time.
I did everything you asked. It's not my fault lemons live here. Oh, that's not right. Anyways,
Listen, you either need to deliver my share by tonight, or else I'm kicking your carrots on rye. You're just a puny something. I have friends and they have tornadoes. You swore you'd do your share, and I won't hesitate to grill you if you don't.
Do you think that last one could be kill you, not grill you?
I don't know. Which one of us paid $500 to take an online class 3 times a week?
Thank you so much for letting us interview you today.
Yeah, let's just make this quick. We both have a lot of poorly written articles to somehow make presentable.
Oh, be quiet, Jessie. We're happy to help out our favorite photographer.
Meet Jessica Kwan and Fiona Williams, co-editors for our school's newspaper. I used to work for them as a photographer, but I quit last year. Pretty sure they're only doing this to win me back, but nonetheless, they know everything about everyone, so we need them.
Y'all work closely with Daniel in the newspaper, right?
Yes, no, we wanted to know a little bit about Daniel's work. Did he ever piss anyone off?
Well, we were just wondering if Daniel ever got anyone in trouble with his editorials.
I mean, we all have our journalistic integrity. I mean, we see a story, and no matter the cost, we have to write about it with no bias. Inevitably, people get mad at us.
Anything recently? I mean, was he involved in any stories?
Now that I think about it, yeah, we've been running a story about a cheating ring involving the football players. We got most of our information from Daniel. I mean, honestly, he was always helping us out. I don't know what we'll do without him.
I gotta take this.
Everything Fiona just said, not a word of it was true.
Go.
She totally idolizes Daniel. Her whole view of him is so clouded. How do you think he knew so much about the cheating ring? Enough for us to write a whole expose on it. I'll tell you how. I found out. He was the cheating ring. Daniel, all the facts he gave us were so precise and so in-depth. He thought that by telling us things that we wouldn't look to him, but his plan to get himself off the hook ended up being the final nail in his coffin. That's the real Daniel.
Thank you for the information. That's really interesting. Did you ever confront him about any of this?
Yeah, but he totally just laughed it off. And then word got out that he was our informant, and the accused football players got mad, like death threats mad, like I'll beat the shit out of you if I ever see you again mad. An accusation like that could get them kicked off the football team. That could make them lose their football scholarships.
One moment. Hello? Who is this? No, okay, calm down. I can't understand you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll be there in 20 minutes. Listen, we gotta go.
Sorry y'all. Thanks so much. Alex, are you sure about this?
Yeah, she sounded really upset on the phone. Start recording.
Okay.
Oh, hey, glad you could make it. Come on in. We were surprised when you called. I mean, everybody else we've asked to be in it has had to be talked into it, so.
Oh yeah, I heard you were making a film about Danny. With us being such great friends, I knew I could help. So, where's this thing shown again?
We haven't, I guess, thought about
Yeah,
this.
no, I don't think we're going to show it anywhere. We're just trying to keep track of all the evidence we've uncovered. And speaking of, you said you had something.
Oh, yes, of course. Hold on, let me go get my face on.
Wait, what did she just say?
No.
Are you guys rolling?
Yes.
Okay. Danny, did you do this to me? Danny, did you get my good side?
How did you know Daniel again?
I think we had 8th grade English together. Oh, wait. Do you want to do another take? Because I can do it again. Come on, guys. No, please. Are you sure? Like, I can...
We'll be in touch with your agent. Thank you. Did we just get Dear Evan Hansen?
Hey, Samantha.
When you texted, you said this was for a memorial to Danny. What exactly do you need from me?
Yeah, no, we just want to ask you a few things about her. This is Samantha Hale. She was best friends with Daniel.
I mean, with a suicide like this, there's so many questions, you know? Like, who's at fault, what we could have done, what we did do. I feel like I failed at being his friend. We all failed as his community, and now we have to pay the price. I was probably the last person he talked to. He was walking back to his house and it was pretty late, so I told him to be safe and he just smiled and waved at me. He smiled. And then the next morning I got the call that he was gone and...
It's okay. It's not your fault.
No, it is my fault. It's all of our faults. We could have done better. We could have done something, anything, and now a 17-year-old boy will never see his graduation.
Did you ever think that it wasn't a suicide?
Does it really matter? All I know is I'm gonna miss him.
Hi, can we just ask you a few questions?
Are you recording me right now? That's illegal.
No, God, sorry, we just want to ask you a few questions, if that's alright.
3.5 minutes early. Talk fast.
Okay, Daniel, so we were just wondering, is there anything about Daniel's case that you could give us, like any evidence or something that the news hasn't reported on that could be of use to us?
You know my mom's cases are private, right? I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. They did say they found his body in the morning. Is there anything you can tell us about what happened the night before?
Guess I could talk about that night. It wouldn't be breaking any non-disclosure laws. Okay, so my mom got a really weird call the night before that there was a car wreck, or at least the caller assumed there was, that they had only heard the wreck, they hadn't actually seen it. But then my mom got there and there was nothing. No cars. There was a stop sign bent out of shape, there was a few skid marks, even some blood, but no cars.
Driving accident.
Exactly. And so there was a noise complaint at Juliet Hanson's house because she was hosting a party. Full of hormonal teenagers, drunk, parents out of town. You get the gist.
Thank you for that information.
Just my 2 cents. Hope the info helped.
Kamala, thanks for letting us interview you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, if you just want to have a seat there. This is Kamala. She's a family friend of the Summers.
Is there anything you can tell us about Daniel? We figured since your family's friends with his, you might,
have some kind of insider information? He was always kind of a private guy.
Okay, well, is there anything you can tell us about his family?
Oh, yeah, they're really nice people. They expected a lot from Daniel. They constantly bragged about his, great grades, his top scores, a lot of the, college scholarships that he was offered.
Really? Was he always that perfect?
I mean, if you ask his parents, yeah.
Well, what would you say?
I had him in my chemistry class. I know for a fact that he failed the first semester.
So he lied?
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know how his parents thought he was a model student all the time. Must have been a lot of forged report cards.
Thank you for all that information.
Of course.
Hey guys, we just thought we'd recap all the information that we gathered so far and then lay out our plan for the rest of our investigation.
Basically, with all the information we've learned, we decided to come up with some theories we should share with y'all.
I mean, yeah, obviously this can go one of two ways. Either he took his own life or somebody murdered him. So we're going to look at the case for murder first.
Daniel was also at the top of his class, and he was an A student, so that probably brought him a lot of enemies along the way. And do you remember Victoria's interview? I mean, that really showed us a new side of Daniel that we hadn't known before. I mean, she was really mad.
Yeah. And Gail's car crash information just led to more questions, so we'll have to investigate that further.
Yeah, and then there was the thing with Ruby. That drug dealer seemed so aggressive towards him. I mean, literally threatening to kill him.
And the football players, that reminds me, I wouldn't want to be on the end of their bits.
Yeah, but you also got to remember that Daniel was the leader of that ring, and I mean, that just brings a whole other set of implications, even though he exposed the team.
So that leads us into the other theory, suicide. Jason told us that Danny's happy golden boy exterior was all fake.
I mean, but I don't really think someone's actions while they're high can be used as, evidence.
But Samantha was his best friend and she was completely convinced it was a suicide, so she knew better than anyone. And Kamala told us all about his home life and pressures, so...
I mean, I guess that raises a lot of questions. Alex and I will continue to investigate that.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to go talk to his drug dealer, maybe find somebody in his circulation to ask questions.
And then we're also going to go talk to the football team and see if anyone was there at Juliet's party.
Guys, I feel like we're almost there. Like justice is just around the corner, so stick with us.
Hey, it's me, Mason. Alex is pretty upset. She doesn't think we're ever going to find out how or why Daniel died. So it's just me here today. Let me explain. We got a call from Daniel's mom last night asking us to discontinue the investigation out of respect for her and her family. And, I don't know if someone saw Alex taking notes at the service or if someone we interviewed maybe went and talked to her, but it doesn't matter because we're ending it. And as for me, I'm really sad I never got to meet Daniel, but I don't know how I was ever going to meet Daniel with only seeing snippets of his life. And after looking through the footage, I really have no idea what happened to Daniel. But maybe that's not what it's about. Maybe it's more about how we all cope with it differently and how we come to our own conclusions. Either way, you're going to have to find your own conclusion. And wherever you are, Danny, whatever happened to you, we miss you.